In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the rear flex hoses on this GMC Sierra. This is going to be located behind the rear wheels. Let's get into it. Now we're going to remove the wheel. Use a 22mm socket. Take the lug nuts off. And pull the wheel off. Just to prevent some of the brake fluid coming out when the system is open, we're just going to use a prop rod and push it on the brake pedal, have the pedal depressed, so it just makes it a little bit easier. You don't have to rush. Use a 11mm socket, take the banjo bolt out. Make sure you have a drain bucket underneath because you're going to lose a little bit of fluid. Alright, that's off. You can see there's a seal right there. I'm just going to use some pliers to hold that. And then just unscrew the bolts from that. Just 11mm socket. There we go. Take the banjo bolt out. And you can see the other seals right there. Take those off. Throw those away. Using a 13mm line wrench, I'm going to loosen up the fitting. Again, make sure you have a drain bucket, just in case any fluid comes out. I'm going to switch to a regular wrench. Loosen that up, move that out of the way. I'll take the clip off. I'm just going to use a straight blade screwdriver just to loosen this up. Just get under here, just kind of pry it up. Pry the clip out of the way. Pull that out, and there's the hose. I'm going to take the new hose. There is a part of the hose that has like a curve to it, so you want to line that up in the bracket. It only goes on one way. Get that lined up. There we go. That's sitting flat. Now take the clip and push the clip in place. Just give it a little tap with a hammer. That's good. Get the fitting started. And we'll tighten the fitting down. And we'll snug this down. That's good. If you have the ability to torque this, you want to torque that to 18 foot-pounds. Now take the seal, go over the banjo bolt. Go through the hose and the other seal on the other side and thread it into the caliper. I'll tighten this down. And torque this to 30 foot-pounds. Now we can take the hood prop off the brake pedal. Now we'll take the cap off the bleeder screw. Just pull that off. Using a 10mm wrench, we'll loosen up the bleeder screw. Make sure you have a drain bucket underneath. Now we're just going to gravity bleed this. Once that's open, we can open up the cap on the master cylinder. We can see some air bubbles. Oh, there it goes, starting to drip. Just get it a little steadier than that. And That looks good. Now we'll close this up. I'll snug this down, put the cap on. Use a little brake parts cleaner. That's good. Wash that off. Put the cap back on, and if the pedal feels like it's still squishy, then you're gonna do a full brake bleed procedure. Now you wanna top off the fluid. Just take a rag, wipe off the cap. Take the cap off. You can see on this vehicle, requires .3 brake fluid. Using the correct brake fluid. Let's pour this in. You're gonna fill it up to the max line right there. That's good. And put the cap back on. Now put the wheel on. Get the lug nuts started. Tighten down the lug nuts. Now we're going to torque the lug nuts to 140 foot-pounds in a cross pattern to tighten the wheel down evenly. Just go around again, double check. With the vehicle raised and supported safely, you want to take all 4 wheels off. And we're starting at the right rear wheel, and then we're going to go to the left rear. From there, we're going to go to the right front wheel, then to the left front wheel. Now you can see on the brake caliper, the bleeder screw right here. I'm going to take the little cap off. If you need to, you can use a pick or a small screwdriver. Take that off. We're going to use a 10mm wrench. And then to keep it a little cleaner, I'm just going to use a hose. The brake fluid is going to go through the hose. And then with an assistant in the vehicle, we're going to have them pump the brake pedal. Go ahead, pump the brake pedal. Nice and slow. And then hold it. Open up the bleeder screw, and you can see the brake fluid coming out, and there's some bubbles. And we'll close it up. Go ahead, pump the brake pedal, and then hold it. We'll do it again. A little bit more bubbles. Close it up. Go ahead, pump it again, and hold it. All right, close it up. Go ahead, pump it again, and hold it. There we go. Pedal goes to the floor. Close it up. And take the hose off. Just make sure this bleeder screw is snug. And put the cap on. Clean up any area that is messy with some brake parts cleaner, and then move on to the left rear wheel. The procedure on the left rear wheel is going to be the same as the right rear wheel. And you want to take the cap off and top off the brake fluid. Make sure it's up to the max line. The cap on. Now we're going to be on the right front caliper. We're going to do the same thing. Take the cap off, put the 10mm wrench on, and I'm going to use the hose. And we'll have our assistant go ahead and pump. Go ahead and pump. Nice and slow. While they're holding it, I'm going to crack it open. And you can see the brake fluid coming out. I'll just close it up. Go ahead, pump. Then hold it, open it up. Nice clean fluid, no bubbles. Close it up, go ahead, pump, and hold it. Open this up. Again, clean fluid, no bubbles. That's good. You can close this up. Take the hose off. Clean it up with some brake parts cleaner. You can let off the brake, put the cap on. Just make sure that is tight, that's snug. And then from here, you're gonna move on to the driver's side front or the left front wheel and do the same procedure. After you're done, if the fluid still seems pretty dirty, you can repeat the steps until the fluid is clear. And you wanna take the cap off and top off the brake fluid. Make sure it's up to the max line. Put the cap on, and you're good to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.